So it's 1979, and every chubby 7-year-old kid just like me really wants a brand new Atari. And I open up everything, and there it is. I unwrap it, an Atari. And what happens? My poor dad hadn't read the box super close, and we had an older TV set. So there's no connector that's right to put between the Atari and the TV. You know, here they bought me this incredible gift, wildly exceeded my expectation, and then it's completely the other way. Well, my dad goes all over the city, and by like the next morning, he'd found the right connector by hook or by crook, and we get that thing hooked up. Exceeded, then didn't exceed, and then just off to the moon. That's pretty much all I've got.
I was that kid before Christmas that was always looking for his presents. And one year I found them. I had an expectation to get this old rotary phone that I was going to be able to call my friends with, and I found it. I found the present that I was looking for. And only on Christmas morning, my brother opened the phone, and I screamed out, "You jerk! You opened my present!" To my parents' shock and horror. And my expectations were let down because the phone wasn't for me. It was for my brother.
When I was younger, this one particular year, there was a toy that I wanted desperately because all of my friends wanted. It was the Secret Sam Spy Kit. It was an amazing toy. I was so excited about getting it because I knew my friends were going to get it, but the morning of Christmas, I opened more hockey equipment and clothes again. And I was so disappointed because I didn't get the Secret Sam Spy Kit. My expectations for Christmas changed because I didn't get this toy.
I remember the year that I was hoping, expecting, anticipating getting a keyboard. You know, one of those kinds that had letters on the page and on the keys, and even if you didn't know how to play the piano, you could play this keyboard. At least that's what the TV commercial said. And I was really excited about it. Up until a few weeks before Christmas, my family was visiting my older sister at her house, and I went into one of the rooms, and there in the corner was my keyboard. I felt so disappointed in that moment because I found my Christmas present. Not only was I disappointed, I felt guilty and I felt ashamed.
When I was 18 years old, I had the opportunity to spend actually a year in West Africa, Nigeria on Rotary Youth Exchange, and I remember thinking about anticipating my first Christmas in Africa. And when it came up to the time of Christmas, I was so looking forward to what would happen. And Christmas morning came, and to my amazement, there actually wasn't any Christmas morning. There was no festivities with the family that I was living with. It was just something they didn't even celebrate, and my expectations for Christmas were completely unfulfilled.
I grew up in Africa, and like any other kid, I had expectations for Christmas. My expectations were as basic as having decorations and lights on the Christmas tree. But my parents could not afford it, and so we always had our Christmases with a bare tree. But it was all good. I got used to it, and that's how my Christmases went.